Stanford fires head coach Troy Taylor.
Locked On presents The Portal, the daily podcast covering college football recruiting and everything NIL. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome back into the Portal Podcast, where you get your latest recruiting, NIL, and transfer portal news. I am Brian Smith, longtime recruiting analyst and writer. Thank you for making the Portal Podcast your first listen each and every day. Today's podcast is an unfortunate one because it certainly impacts recruiting, the portal, NIL, and even the roster for the Stanford Cardinal. Troy Taylor is no longer the head football coach for the Cardinal, as Andrew Luck, former great NFL player and former Cardinal himself, as the GM of the Cardinal, has released a statement saying that he has been relieved of his duties effective immediately. I'll go into his comments in a moment, but while I'm reading them, I want you to think about the following possibilities. Stanford has signed 18 football recruits. They have grad transfers coming in. They have players coming back from their roster from last season for a whole new football team. And it's March. How many of them will stick with Stanford? Again, I want you to think about that as I read some of the statement from Mr. Andrew Luck. After continued consideration, it is evident to me that our program needs a reset. In consultation with university leadership, I no longer believe that Coach Taylor is the right coach to lead our football program. Coach Taylor has been informed today, and the change is effective immediately. A search for new coaching leadership in football has begun. An acting coach may be named for the 25 season. Our focus remains on supporting our student athletes and ensuring they have the best possible experience on the field, in the classroom, and on campus with their peers. That is, again, from former great Andrew Luck, who played at Stanford and with the Colts. This is a really unfortunate circumstance. There's rumors of bullying and different things that went on. All of that will be cleared out, and that is not my category. I want to look at it from a player perspective. Again, recruits, graduate transfers coming into Stanford or any other transfer, and the players coming back, and all the coaches on the staff. Like, everybody is impacted in this. So looking at it from an overall perspective, number one, it's a travesty if there was something like bullying going on, and I get why Stanford and their leadership has decided to move on. But what's going to happen to these players? Bear Bachmeier is a great example. He's a quarterback that was highly coveted, signed with Stanford, and there's several other guys. They got guys from Indiana and guys all over the country that have already made their choice to go to Stanford. Is that going to continue? I think you're going to see a mass exodus. Again, I think you will see a mass exodus from Stanford because you just can't have a head coach leaving in the middle of March. The one chance here that I think makes it possible for Stanford not to do that is something that Mr. Luck mentioned. It's possible that a head coach can be named from the staff, at least for this season, and if that coach does well, they would keep that coach on long term. There'd be some continuity there. But losing the head coach generally means there will be some transfers. We'll see how that goes. But Bachmeier aside, there's every school in the country that was already looking for players in the spring window, and it opens up, I think, April 16th, so we're right around the corner anyway. It's not easy to leave a school like Stanford because of their academic prowess and what the degree value is, but you want to know your coach. So I would say conservatively 10, 15 players are probably going to leave, and it's going to put Stanford even further behind the eight ball. I hope I'm wrong because I hate to see things like this, but Stanford football takes a major hit today, losing Coach Taylor. It's unfortunate, but that's college football in the real world, and right now, Stanford football is reeling. Thank you once again for making the Portal Podcast your first listen each and every day. Truly appreciate you stopping in to talk all things recruiting, NIL, and transfer portal. Everybody have a good one. I'll see you again soon.